9.
President of the U.S. Civil Administration in Iraq, Paul Bremer, arrived in Baghdad today as world politicians continue to emphasize the crucial UN role in Iraq's reconstruction. More follows.
President of the U.S. Civil Administration in Iraq arrived in Baghdad today, accompanied by the U.S. Chief of Staff Richard Myers and the retired General Gay Garner, President of Iraq's Reconstruction Office. Myers admitted that no mass destruction weapons have been found so far in Iraq, despite the intensive operations carried out by U.S. forces in search of such weapons. Meanwhile, hundreds of Iraqi soldiers gathered near the former headquarters of the Iraqi Air Force, demanding for paying their salaries and guaranteeing a better future for the country. The demonstrators called for making the Iraqis administrate their own resources and elect their government. In Paris, French Foreign Minister Dominique de Villepin affirmed today the necessity of forming a legitimate Iraqi government. In a press interview, de Villepin underlined the importance of the UN role in Iraq's political and economic changes.
Greatest mystery of post-war Iraq involves that month or so after the fall of Baghdad of why the U.S. didn't do anything to control the looting, because in a way, everything that's been a problem since then started in that first
private
month.
to the president.
People
at
the word
the
came
National
from Washington that we're not getting involved in that. We're not going to stop the looting. We're not doing police work. That's not what we're here for. And I think...
So there were explicit instructions from Washington to not interfere with the looting?
Yes.
Hospitals, government offices, universities, ministries. One CPA estimate had the cost of the looting at $12 billion. That was the revenue for Iraq in 2003, 2004.
I picked up a newspaper today, and I couldn't believe it. I read 8 headlines that talked about chaos, violence, unrest, and it just was henny penny, the sky is falling.
Everything is gone.
We're talking people coming in with industrial cranes and walking off with parts of a power plant.
The images you are seeing on television, you are seeing over and over and over, and it's the same picture of some person walking out of some building with a vase.
I think that was probably the day that we lost the Iraqis.
And you think, my goodness, were there that many vases? Is it possible that there were that many vases in the whole country?
That's when it became very clear that this liberation really didn't have anything to do with the average Iraqi.
And there was a belief that the Americans actually encouraged the looting, or wanted it to happen. The destruction of our country. How could they let this happen? So whether you were Sunni or Shia, you were outraged about the looting.
We had done a list of 20 sites that we thought needed to be protected. Historical, cultural, artistic, religious. And we had provided that, and it really made no difference whatsoever.